So, what kind of motivated property owners can you find using Facebook ads for your real estate wholesaling business? Is it really possible to do deals nationwide in every single real estate market without ever physically inspecting the property, without ever meeting the buyers or the sellers, or knowing anything about the area? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you an example of a deal that my team just closed, and it came from Facebook. And I want to walk you through specifically how it all panned out, where it was located. So that way now you can see that, in fact, you just might be able to stop all that nonsense on cold calling, driving for dollars, and all that other BS, and actually have warm incoming leads coming to you from Facebook. Now, this particular property, let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. This particular property here is located in Temple, Texas. Now, you may have never heard of Temple, Texas. I never heard of Temple, Texas until they told me that, hey, we've got a deal in Temple, Texas. Now, for clarity's sake, this deal was done not by me personally. I personally never spoke with the property owner or did anything with this. It was actually our team that put this deal together. Gene, who heads up our acquisitions and real estate business, along with Anissa and Amanda, who is one of our acquisition specialists. She was the one that communicated with the property owner and put the whole deal together, found the buyer, etc. So this is a team effort. Now, Temple, Texas, this is where the property was located. Many times we get deals in areas where are areas that are viable, that are really good markets, but they're not being targeted by other real estate investors. And so therefore, now we get a chance to talk with these sellers and negotiate these deals without competition. This particular property, again, was in Temple. If you notice, Temple is slightly north of Austin. So it's near Austin, Texas. So, and I think the distance here to Austin, let me see, to Austin, Texas is, I think, 10 minutes or so. That's walking. We don't want to walk. Is that walking? No. Oh, no, it's actually further than I thought. So it's about an hour away from Temple, Texas. Waco, Texas is here. And so when you look at this, all right, one of the things that we do is we look at this property and we evaluate it on Zillow to determine, okay, is this a market that is viable? This is the property here on Zillow. When we look at this, and if we just kind of zoom out, we see that there's a lot of red dots. There's a lot of activity. So we know that this is a viable market. If I go sold and I look at here and I look sold in the last 6 months, all right, I see that there's a lot of sold dots. What does that tell me? That tells me that this is a viable lead. Now, if I looked at this property and I saw nothing, like there was basically just no dots at all, no indication that there's any activity, then of course that might be an issue. But with here, this was a viable lead. Now, so let's look at when the lead came in, what they said. Now, this was the lead as it came into our CRM from Facebook. The condition was listed as bad. The owner was living at the property. It needs to be completely remodeled. They were looking to sell within 30 days, and their asking price was $60K. You'll notice that we don't have the address. We're using Facebook lead forms so we are not able to ask for the address on Facebook lead forms because we're in the real estate niche, but it's okay. We get the information, we call them, and we verify the address. You'll notice that the asking price is $60,000. We put this property in the contract for $35,000. So that is a significant. You think about it, it's half of what the owner was looking for. So it's very important in today's market that you need to buy the property correctly. You make your money when you buy. That's what always has been taught to me. You make your money when you buy. So in this market, you got to be really aggressive with getting the right offer to the property owner so that you can get a discount enough so that now you can find a cash buyer. This particular property here, if I look at the notes from Amanda, she offered her 25 to 30, and she said she could probably get her son to agree to 35, and was able to get her son to agree. And at that point, now we had a deal of 35. Now the buyer You'll notice this is the HUD statement. I blurred out the company names just for privacy purposes, but we made $15,000. So that $15,000 is us. The property was actually, the buyer is a company that buys properties and then resells it to clients that are looking for cash flow rentals. So what happened on this particular transaction is we assigned the deal for 15. We made 15,000, and then they went ahead and made 7,500 on the deal for their, and doing the transaction with their client, which is fine. It made sense for us. We made $15,000 on that property. Let's take a look at what that property looked like. Panning out here. Let's see. This is the outside of the house here. See, this is this here. See what else we got. This is the front of the house here. It's a little frame house. So the buyer is buying this. The eventual buyer, the end buyer, is buying this so they can keep it as a rental property. You can see that there's damage there. Apparently, I don't know what happened there. But it's not the nicest thing on the block, but that's how we make our money. We make our money by buying the ugliest thing on the block. And so that's what the property looked like. Now, everybody on the team is virtual. So how did we get those photos of the property? We got them through a service called homejab.com. So we pay for photos there, just so you can see the pricing on these here. It is a little bit pricey than other options, right? If you look at photos, 50, you have 15 photos for $155, 30 photos for $179, for $235. So depending on the size of the property, if it's a small property, we'll do the smaller one. If it's a larger size, then we do more. We can also do videos as well. And so we pay for that when we know that we have a deal. When we know that hey, I think it's a pretty good deal, then we will go ahead and get HomeJab and pay for that. And it's a sunk cost. You have to think of it this way. Let's say that I pay for HomeJab $200 for 5 properties. So I'll spend $1,000. And so you might be thinking, well, gee, I might lose that money. But if you're only doing it for those properties that are really potential deals, right? You got it on the contract and you have a really good price on it. Then even if all you need is one of them to work out, and it more than pays for the price of the photos. The photos will make your life easier because now when you're showing it to buyers, you have a lot of photos, so you can minimize the number of people coming in and out of the house. And then also you can also present those photos to the seller, if they don't live there. In this case, the owner lived there, so they didn't need to see the photos because they're experiencing their house in live and in person. So that's how we got the photos of the property. Now, when we're running Facebook ads nationwide, we're getting deals in all kinds of places, and again, places that we didn't even know that they existed. They're incoming leads, so people are raising their hands and saying, yes, I'm interested in selling my property. So it's a much different conversation than if you were dealing with a cold call. And just to give you context, this is our Facebook ad account. Last 30 days, we have spent $9,700 on a variety of different campaigns. And you can see here on the results here, you can see that these are the number of leads: 46, 40, 39, 33, 31, 30, etc. These are all different campaigns. We switch them on and off. We make changes, etc. And the cost per lead here, this is $8 per lead, $10, $9. So we're kind of averaging about $15 a lead, 1-5. So I wanted to do this video because I get a lot of questions about, hey, can you really do deals nationwide? Does Facebook really work? And we've got lots of deals on the contract right now. This is one that I showed you because it's closed, so I don't want to disclose active addresses. I'll probably do some additional videos like this, just kind of giving you some case studies. If you're interested in learning more about nationwide wholesaling and using Facebook ads, there's a video that'll pop up here or there. Click on that video. It'll walk you through the entire model step by step. You can also check out the links in the description for training that I have and more information on how our team can help you implement this and take you by the hand and help you get some deals using Facebook ads for motivated sellers. I'll talk to you soon.